Okay, you guys. It really is. It just is. All right, you ready for more show? Yes, you are. Come on. Oh, absolutely. You're going to love this next young man who works all over town, Mr. Stephen Lynch. Everybody, Stephen Lynch!
How's everybody doing tonight? The first time I saw my wife shit, my head son was crowning out of her vagina. And I was less amazed by the fact that her vagina was the size of a dinner plate than by the fact that the stool was so freakishly small. And I immediately flashed back to that Play-Doh Spaghetti Factory commercial. And it's that part of the commercial where they had turned the setting to rigatoni. And the director had zoomed in on the shot just to give you the full effect, and the dough was coming out of the hole. And they just cut back to the kid, and he's got this wild-eyed look of amazement and confusion and disgust. And I'm thinking to myself, this is precisely why you cannot lead a vegetarian lifestyle. Because if you can't pass a legitimate stool while a 6-pound kid is working his way through your birth canal, I don't even know how you can get through an average day. This is how you know men are unequivocal, complete assholes. Because I am in the delivery room experiencing the miracle of childbirth for the first time, and I'm thinking to myself, if she had a more well-balanced diet, that would have been a much more impressive bowel movement. But the reality is that men and women are just wired differently. Take the male libido, for example. Virtually every woman that I see, I imagine some level of sexual interaction with. In one city block, I could get a blowjob from a middle-aged woman walking her dog. I could engage in light touching in front of a cozy fireplace with a brunette hailing a cab. I could just plain fuck the redhead waiting for the bus. And this whole distorted perspective on the world gets amplified when the woman happens to be in the service industry. Take a diner waitress, for example. She could have a 2-pack-a-day habit, 3 kids, twice divorced, a lazy eye. She shows up at my table with a short stack, some extra crispy bacon, and poached eggs the way I like them. I'm thinking of stuffing a corn muffin in her mouth and bending her over the counter. And this whole thing has just gotten so out of hand for me that I don't even shop at Victoria's Secret anymore for Valentine's Day gifts. I'm going to Goodwill looking for Burger King outfits. The other day, I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I tried to coax the uniform off of one of the employees. And, of course, she said no. So, I had to save face, so what'd I do? I bought a box of Munchkins. I paid the extra $1 for the 50 box. Drove to an empty parking lot, sat there in silence, and ate the whole thing. And I blame my 6th grade lunch lady for all of this. She used to get tarted up in that poor man's Brady Bunch service gear. Depending on the day, she would slide me an extra chocolate milk, or she wouldn't charge me for that 2nd square of pizza. I mean, I was convinced that she would bake cookies just for my lunch hour. She was like my little junk food angel. I could see her now. That hair lip, curled up with that knowing smile. Just run my fingers through that hairnet. Sorry. The other day I'm walking through the mall and I get hijacked by one of those perfume people. This woman looks like a secondary villain from a James Bond film. She's got the white lab coat on and the tight black ponytail. She's got those real angular features like you see in a J. Crew catalog. Next thing I know, I'm walking out with $125 in product and an overinflated self-esteem, which I can assure you disappeared by the time I got to my car. And I'm driving home and I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck are you kidding? You're clinically obese. On your best day, you're like an Arkansas 7. And if the humidity gets above 50%, the folds in your man boobs get all tacky. Here's an idea. Don't waste $125 on beauty products. Go to the fucking gym. Maybe bust out a couple squat thrusts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is what you do when you're overweight, though. You don't focus on just eating healthy and exercising regularly. You go out and you do things like buying really funky shoes or a unique hat or an ironic, pop culture t-shirt. I mean, think about it. It's like with overweight women. They either have the most beautiful, well-maintained hair, or they've got nails that look like they were commissioned during the height of the Renaissance. I mean, I can assure you the Medici family did not think that their legacy was going to end up with the descendants of Genghis Khan slaving over a 2-hour mani-pedi in Astoria, Queens for some woman named Denise who was getting her nails done because Nikki likes my nails to look nice on the weekends. I know when I was over 300 pounds, I had a shoe collection that could rival Carrie Bradshaw's. And the reality is that shoes are the one thing that will always fit. No matter how fat I was or how successful I was on the grapefruit, cabbage soup, purple food diet, I always had my shoes and my munchkins and my square pizza. And I know that if I could just have a healthy bowel movement, everything would be okay for me. Thank you. Have a good night.
Everybody keep it going for Stephen Lynch. Stephen Lynch.